later on it'll be okay for the driver. Right now it's giving him a little problem. Maybe that was one of the reasons why it all happened.
But you're acting like it might have been someone else's fault. You know it's going to come out.
Well, I don't want to say.
Okay, he's holding his temper. Joe Saldana walked away from a nasty one.
Did he ever? And perhaps we can detect what caused it as we look at the replay in the circle. Saldana's car, and the back end goes up first.
And down on the inside of the track, he's out of shape there, and then it comes back down on the track and goes clear across through the traffic, and then, for some unknown reason, is catapulted high in the air. Unfortunately for Joe, over that outside rail, and the damage to the car was done on landing. It bent the cage way back, and the cage did its job and protected him.
On the first lap, Saldana out, and now we're again ready for the restart. And up front again, car number 41, Clark Templeman, along with Jerry Weeks in car number 3.
It'll be a complete restart, Al, with the same positions because Saldana's out of it.
They're going 20 miles over a half-mile dirt track in Terre Haute, National Sprint Car Championship, and it's Clark Templeman. As we get the restart underway, who has the lead. And keep in mind, as they come down the backstretch, they're still looking into that sun on turn number 3.
Weeks has pulled off a beautiful move and has gone around Templeman to grab the lead, going down the back straightaway and open up about a 4-car length lead. And Templeman lies second. James McElreath is third. And Roger Rager in 30 is coming up on the outside as heavy traffic moves in.
Weeks working on the outside has the lead. Templeman, the pole sitter. In the final, in spot number 2, and James McElreath, whose dad, Jim, of course, has had a great racing career, in spot number 3 as they head for turn 3, a dangerous spot on this racetrack right now.
Weeks is the new boy from California, has never won in USAC competition. He's in a good position now and seems to be working well, but he's riding rather high, and he may use up the racetrack. And by that I mean rush off the cushion where his car works to where there's none left. And look at that, 3 abreast per second. It's Templeman. Rager has passed McElreath for third as the second-generation Texas boy drops to the 4th.
Jerry Weeks out in front as they head down the backstretch. Early in the race, and another spill in the same spot on turn number 3, upside down.
That's Steve Chasey's Bowen car, and that's a bad one. He rode out the crash okay, and then Bob Fry came through. There it is again. Look at that car dance. Now what? The car is pretty much intact, but there, that impact ripped off the cage and the tail, and we certainly hope these drivers are all right.
Steve Chasey, they're getting the car up right now, and as you mentioned, the damage was really done as Fry came by.
These cars are very well built, so withstanding all that buffeting. And now watch. There's the impact. Fry's left front wheel into the tail and cage, ripping it all off.
And it was the impact that really did the damage because the roll cage held up until impact. And here you see Chasey's car being towed back in, and look at the damage done to that roll bar. Just like a man was sitting in there.
Here's Chasey in the pits, and it's tougher on the ladies sometimes than the men in this business.
Well, that's the second spectacular accident we've seen in just about the same spot. The driver's coming in off that back straightaway and looking into the sun, and the flip, and then the damage done here as Fry bolts into Chasey's car, which really creates the problem. And Fry's car will have to be towed back, and right in the middle of the action is Chris Economaki.
All right, it was a 2-car crash, and though the car that turned over the most, the one driven by Steve Chasey, he walked away with a few scratches. But Bob Fry, in this number 16 on the hook here, has been taken to the hospital with a cut on the left arm and possibly a fracture. We hope he's going to be okay, and they'll try again to get this race restarted.
Well, right now the yellow flag is out. We'll get the restart underway shortly, and we'll be back. They've restarted the race, racing under the green at Terre Haute, and it is Jerry Weeks who has the lead. Early in the race in car number 3, and there is James McElreath in 3rd place right now, moving into contention from the fabulous McElreath racing family. His father, Jim, great driver for many years. As they head down the back straight and into that sun, we've had a couple of accidents right there.
McElreath used the red flag lull to change the tire combination on his car in hopes of being able to do better. Meanwhile, Clark Templeman is second. Roger Rager has dropped to fourth. And we've got 4 men close, any one of whom could win this one.
Weeks started on the outside in row 1, and Weeks on the outside here, maintaining his lead over Clark Templeman, who's trying to cut down and take the lead moving on the inside. But it's Weeks, Templeman, and McElreath right now, running 1, 2, 3.
Okay, it's 3, 41, and 8. Weeks, Templeman, and McElreath very close, using the outside groove, all 3 of them. No one is using the down low, the hard pan, except Templeman now and then in turn 2, and there he's trying down low, and McElreath slides by on the outside to take over second place and challenge for the lead.
McElreath using the outside to his advantage as he passed Templeman, and now will try to go by Weeks here on the outside, but has no room coming out of turn number 4 as Weeks maintains his lead down the home straightaway.
It's almost like being a rodeo cowboy in this business, Al. There's McElreath up high in the loose stuff, and he's going to pull it off on the rim. James McElreath is now out front. He's really got it hooked up here today.
McElreath up in that loose stuff, and you can see him fighting to keep control. You see the cars bouncing, especially into turn number 3. Rough track, but McElreath has the lead as his father, Jim, looks on from the pits. The fabulous McElreath racing family here with Chris.
There's something about automobile racing that makes a son want to follow in his father's footsteps. Such is the case of the McElreath family. Jim McElreath, an Indianapolis driver, a winner of a 500-mile race in Ontario, California, is now assisting his son James in this wild sport of sprint car racing. James, how long ago did you decide you wanted to be a race driver?
This is my 8th year in racing. I guess I decided I want to be a race car driver for, I don't know, as long as I can remember.
How old are you?
I'm 23.
Jimmy, did you know he was going to be a driver when he was on a tricycle?
That's all he's ever done, Chris.
You happy about it?
Yes, he's been around racing all his life, and he's never had a job in a factory or anything like that. He went through school, and we had to take him out of school sometime a little early to go racing, like he places at Phoenix, and race all over the country when he was young.
Jimmy, just a couple of years ago, you gave us some of the greatest television exposure we've ever seen with an end-over-end out of the park here. What do you think about James getting into those kind of circumstances?
Well, that's an occupational hazard, I guess. There's another car got a wheel into him, and there's nothing you can do about a thing like that.
What do you think about accidents, James? Anything?
I try to avoid them.
Okay, the Racing McElreaths, father and son.
And I'll say that's one way to avoid him today. Stay out in front, get away from the pack, and that's exactly what James McElreath is doing right now as he is stretching out his lead. McElreath out in front. National Sprint Car Championship in Terre Haute, Indiana. James McElreath in car number 8, seeking a victory at age number 23, a big one. And we'll be coming right back. Late in the race now, the National Sprint Car Championship at Terre Haute, Indiana. James McElreath, who has been utilizing the outside, working in the soft stuff, took the lead earlier, and James McElreath in car number 8 has been stretching out his advantage. By the way, very happy to report Bob Fry, injured in that spectacular spill early in the race, is okay, in satisfactory condition at a local hospital. Should be back on the circuit soon. And you can see McElreath taking the white flag here. James McElreath on the last lap, the car in the soft stuff on the outside, bumping but staying together. James McElreath has been stretching out his advantage and will win it by a wide margin as he comes out of turn number 4 and heading for the checkered flag. It'll be James McElreath at age 23 picking up the victory in the National Sprint Car Championship. Clark Templeman, the son of another former great race car driver, finished second. Roger Rager was third. Billy Casella finished fourth. And Jerry Weeks, who had the lead early, faded to 5th. So the winner is James McElreath. Here in the pits now is Chris.
Well, you mother of a race driver, are you happy today?
Oh, yeah, I sure am, Chris. I'll tell you, this has got to be like winning the 500 in the sprint division.
Now, let me ask you something. Jimmy, your husband, won in California.
Yeah.
Now, Jimmy won a great one today. Which was a bigger day for you?
I don't know, really. They're both, were exciting. Of course, James is my son. But so, I don't know. I can't really tell you. They're both exciting. I think every time they win one, that's got to be the most exciting one right then. But
you happy as a driver?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Mrs. Shirley McElreath, the wife of a race driver and a mother of a race driver, and a happy afternoon.
And the proud mother of a relatively rich race driver right now, because James picks up $13,241 for his victory out of the total purse here today of $50,293. Racing today under the sanction of the U.S. Auto Club. Upcoming USAC Championship races, August 21st, the Milwaukee 200